Yeah, I mean, I thought those, you got to tip your cap to them. I thought their guys did a great job on the mound. We could never get anything going offensively, and then, on the other side of the ball, I think they were, they were just tough to put away. The guys we got ahead of, we couldn't quite put them away, and we gave up, I think, 3 home runs, and 2 of those, I think we were ahead in the count, and it was just foul ball after foul ball. So you got to tip your cap, man. They kind of pressured us offensively the whole time. They had guys on base, and we wiggled out of a few things, but they had that big 4 spot there late. But our guys kept fighting, man, and we're going to keep on pushing. And we're sitting here right now at 4-2 in the league. We're 2 weeks in. We got 8 more weeks of this to go. So keep on chugging and keep on getting them W's whenever we can get them. And but yeah.
Coach, so Coach Vaughn goes down early and is agitated, obviously. A home plate umpire gets thrown out of the game early on. Can you just walk us through what the complaints were there and kind of how that situation arose?
Yeah, it was a foul tip that we didn't think hit the dirt, and our catcher felt like he caught it. So we're always going to have their back, and he felt like he caught it. I haven't seen the replay or anything, so I don't really know what exactly happened, but we felt like Platt was pretty confident that he caught the ball and it didn't hit the ground, and so. And then I think there was some confusion on who had the right call, and I think the umpires were a little bit. I think Rob may have been getting 2 different stories, and that's kind of what frustrated him some. So.
Which kind of value what we saw at Bobby.
Yeah. And he just wasn't real sharp today. He had a great week last week. Obviously, he pitched really well on the road at A&M, and I think he just had a hard time commanding the fastball today. And when he did get ahead of guys, like I said, he had a hard time putting guys away, and that's kind of the story of the weekend. We didn't get much length out of our starters on Saturday and Sunday, so we were in the pen pretty early both those days. And I think for anybody in the league, when you're not getting length out of your guys like that, you're asking a lot out of that bullpen. But Bobby will get back to work, and I think we'll see a better Bobby next week.
And you were facing, like you said earlier, Tegan Coons, freshman on the mound for Tennessee, hasn't pitched a lot in college so far, but looked great today. Can you just talk about, from a pitching coach's perspective, what you saw out of him, and then kind of how the lineup approach?
Yeah, I think when you look at our lineup, you're like, man, we top to bottom, we got threats throughout the order, and I think what we've been able to do offensively, if you're looking at that, I thought he did a really good job of coming in and attacking. I mean, it seems like he just went kind of right at us, and he has electric stuff. There's no denying that. And I thought he did a good job of just pounding the strike zone, getting ahead, quick innings, and we just couldn't ever get much going off of him. He didn't really help us at all.
So it just seemed like the Tennessee hitters were trying to slow down the tempo a little bit. So what's kind of the message that pitching staff to not let that sort of change the tempo affect them?
Yeah, I mean, I think we talk all the time about we control the tempo, right? I tell them all the time, we're on the mound, we're on offense, right? And they're gonna go on our terms, but I mean, they have a right to call timeout, and they call time. They used all their timeouts, and so yeah, I mean, I think that's certainly some gamesmanship with them trying to kind of slow things down. But yeah, I think our guys are pretty good at trying to stay locked in, focused, and getting ready for the next pitch.
Coach, we heard a lot of agitation from fans earlier in that 3rd inning when Tennessee hitters weren't advancing into the box. Was there any kind of build up to the ejection, to your knowledge? Is that anything that played into it, or was it all?
No, not that I know of. Yeah, no, not that I know of.
And also, just kind of looking up and down the lineup. So far this season, the team's played in a lot of close games and had a lot of high leverage moments and big time moments and clutch wins and stuff like that. But in a game like this, when it's 9-0 and in the middle innings, and it's kind of a drag to some, what are the spirits like in the dugout during times like that?
Well, I think it was, I think we were, the whole time, I think with our offense, we don't ever feel like we're out of it, and so we were kind of dodging some bullets, and we were on the ropes, and we made some big pitches to get out of some tough spots, and I think it was 5-0, they were going into the 7th, and even at 5-0, we're sitting there like, okay, we're in good shape right here, we get a 0, and then we just couldn't quite get off the field. They hit the big, 2-out double, K Doe 4, and that put them up 9 right there, so I mean, that's certainly a punch in the gut, right? But I think our dugout, our team, the makeup of this team, there's a bunch of tough kids over there, a bunch of tough fighters, and they do a great job of sticking together. And I think we preach to them a lot too about this league, right? You got 30 of these, and you got to stay off of that roller coaster of high highs and low lows, and you just got to keep playing, you got to keep getting better. And so yeah, there was no doubt or quit or anything like that. They're just going to keep having good at bats, and I think that's kind of the mark of this team a little bit.
Any more questions? All right, thanks, y'all.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.